I back-tested ICT Fibonacci retracements using 3 years worth of data, and I'm going to share with you how you can use this information to optimize your trading. I worked on the trading floor at Goldman Sachs before moving to JP Morgan, at which point I essentially retired and I trade for my own account. Now, if you are an ICT trader and you use the 618 or the 786, then you need to be aware of this data. So I extracted this data from Edgeful. Edgeful is a tool that helps you to find your trading edge or to refine it. And it uses real data so you can base your trading strategy on proven statistics. Now, once you know this information, you can understand where you can safely place your stop losses or where you can enter your trades based on how deep retracements statistically happen. So the premise of this report is if you have yesterday's candle, you can place a Fibonacci on it. And then depending upon where the New York open price is at 9:30 a.m., you have statistics on how deep the retracement will be. So this is fantastic because let's say you are trading an ICT one shot, one kill, and you are looking to catch the low of the day and ride your daily bias, you know statistically how deep the retracement will be. So that allows you to have an optimal entry and also put your stop loss in a safe place. So let's dig into the data. So if we go down to the 15-minute time frame, you'll see that this is the high of yesterday, this is the low of yesterday. So we place our Fibonacci. Now, ICT suggests that you should always enter in the optimal trade entry area, so between the 618 and the 786. However, Edgeful gives you data on how likely those entries are based on where the opening candle is. Okay, so this is the 9:30 opening time. So price opened at this exact level. So now we use Edgeful to determine how deep the retracement is likely to be so we can catch our entry and where we can put our stop loss so we are safe. Okay, this is a great way to use hard data for a one shot, one kill. So now we have to plug in this data to Edgeful. So which zone had the opening price? Okay, it was between the 236 and the 382. So we have to ensure that we are using a green candle, which was yesterday's candle was a green candle. Price opened between the 236 and the 382. And now we have statistics. So what is this telling us? Okay, if price opened here, there's a 94.8% chance that we will get a movement to the 236 level. Okay, and there's a 77% chance that will make it to the 0 level. Now, what does ICT tell us? He says you should enter between the 618 and the 786. So if we open here, what are the chances of an optimal trade entry? Okay, you can see this. Chances of an optimal trade entry are 50% to make it to the 618 and 37.9% to make it here. Okay, it's unlikely you're going to get an entry here. It's basically a coin toss, right? So this is not high probability trading, right? You have to understand your statistics. So if you're opening here, it is a coin toss on whether you're going to retrace down to the optimal trade entry. Say, what is more likely? There is an 82% chance that if price opens in this level, we'll get to the 382, okay? And there's a 65% chance that we'll get to equilibrium of yesterday, okay? You'll see that we didn't get down to the equilibrium, okay? You can use data like this to really understand when you're going to catch an optimal trade entry or not, okay? Because there's nothing worse than sitting at the charts all day and you have a trade idea in mind and it doesn't pan out, okay? If we are already deep in a premium, you can use Edgeful to determine how likely is you're going to get your entry in the optimal trade entry. So let's look at some of the data. So hypothetically, let's say that price opened slightly lower down between the 382 and the 0.5 level. Now you can see that we have a 83% chance of getting into the optimal trade entry, okay? But there's also a 50% chance that we'll get all the way down to the low, okay? So you cannot blindly place your limit orders in the OTE and your stop loss at the low, okay? Even though ICT seems to indicate that you can place these optimal trade entry trades like this, it doesn't work like that. It's very important that you use data to back up your trading. If you would like free access to Edgeful for 7 days, you can click on the link in my description. And if you would like to learn how I trade using the time and price golden bullet strategy, which I use for Forex, index futures, crypto, metals and energy, there's a link to my mentorship below.